What's up, guys? Joe coming here to you here from JS Bladecraft. So I'm bringing you part 2 from this knife. This is a Jed Hornbeak one-off. This is an original. This is called the Tonto. This is part 2 of this knife because I did a first look at it, detailed specs and all that. My first impressions are basically how I love this knife, which, you know, I actually do love this knife. So this is part 2 where I promised, and this is a long time in the making, I promised that I would do some hard use testing on this. But look at the beauty of this thing. This is actually the first time showing it to you in the sun. I mean, the design of this knife is absolutely phenomenal. You see how it has two sides. It's a chisel grind, which is very interesting. I've never cut with a chisel grind before, but the great thing is about the chisel grind, if you hold it with your right hand and try to cut and trim this way, the chisel grind actually goes down like this from here, so it's perfectly aligned from the designer to know how you're going to be cutting with this, okay, if you have to do fine slices. Now, this is obviously more of like a fighting type of knife, but you know, we're going to do some stabbing with it, see how the penetration is into a tire and some cardboard and all that stuff. I don't have any ballistic dummies to test it with, so we're going to be doing some just old-fashioned cutting, some woodcraft type of cutting. So just it goes to show you that, you know, a fighting knife can also be a utility knife. It can be a knife that you could survive with, that you can process fires, and you could do all the stuff that a sharp knife should be able to do for you when you're doing some camping. But just take a look at that. And the handle, guys, just looking forward to using this, and because the handle, without being used, it melts into your hand, and I can't even imagine. I could just imagine basically how using it and how comfortable the grip is from Jed, how he made this knife, how comfortable he made it for the user, that there's absolutely no hot spots. Even this like unsharpened swedge here, it's just so beautiful how you put this thing in as a cap crusher or whatever you want to call it, but no sharp edges at all. How he put this together, it's just beautiful. Okay, look at that beautiful full tang with the red liners, with the red dots there to match with the aesthetic. Look at that beautiful jimping there. Okay, stylistic type of jimping, and look at that beautiful work on the grind to give you that really aesthetic, gorgeous look. Dual side on this knife, and it's flat, so when you're doing some cutting, there's not going to be any friction in basically doing some slices. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how this Jed Hornbeak Tonto does with the cutting. So let me shut up and let me show you. Also, the sheath, okay, is outrageous. Look at that red stitching, copper, just brass, beautiful. Love it. All right, guys, first off, let's look at the penetration of this knife. Okay, being that it's a fighting knife, let's look at the penetration of this knife and see how it does with different types of materials. So the first I have here is actually cardboard, you know, kind of like just tied up cardboard with duct tape to see how it kind of penetrates through. Again, really nice, comfortable grip, okay, in either side. It doesn't matter which way you hold it, you got a really comfortable grip with this knife. I mean, it just doesn't get better than that. I mean, complete penetration right all the way to the stump. Okay, you can't see it, but it went right through. Let's try it again. Absolutely fantastic, and that actually hit the stump. Okay, and you can see the point right there. Yeah, this is just a lot of fun to kind of stab with. Hella fun to stab with. Absolutely fantastic. Okay, great point. Look at that chisel grind. It's hard to see it. If you see my first video, you'll see the close-up of how that beautiful that chisel grind was made up. Hard downward throws. You would imagine basically the knife with a 4-foot drop is going to be completely balanced. I would not expect anything less from anything made by Jed Hornbeak. Beautiful. I don't have much space here, but if I had a little more space, I'll get a little bit more oomph in there, but this is just beautiful. I mean, the penetration, the balance of this thing is absolutely fantastic. I believe it's A1 tool steel, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong. If not, I'll put it at the bottom. Beautiful. Very balanced. Feels great in the hand. Point is in good shape. No problem here. There you go, right through. Let's see how the slicing does. Guys, it's a lot harder to cut into a target than you think it is. You gotta kind of try it yourself, but when you got a good knife, it definitely makes the job a lot easier. I mean, this is definitely a great cutting knife. And this is, I believe, also a steel belted tire. Yeah, you're probably getting a good view of this. Let me see if I can turn it a little bit. All right, but yeah, steel belted tire, says it right there. Cut right through, penetrated really well. Fantastic. Thing how it does with some chopping. Obviously, it's not a chopper, guys, but again, this is just demonstration to show you the strength of the edge. It's not a chopper, but it definitely acts like one. Solid petrified 2x6, originally from Home Depot, so it's definitely got a little strength to it, a little solidity to it, but definitely act like a chopper. It did good. Definitely a good slicer. Definitely not going easy on it, guys. I'm putting as much pressure, reasonable pressure. I'm putting on the edge as much as I can for what I got to work with you, and just to go show you how the edge holds up if you had to use this as a camping knife. And looking pretty good. How about a little batoning, which I think this steel can definitely handle. Again, this is also some firewood, really hard firewood. As Cab say, hard as a brick bat, son. No problem, as I would imagine. It's actually sliced up twice already. That way. Try some of this petrified wood. No issues there. I mean, it's got a great spine too, though, guys. It's got a beautiful, thick spine that you don't have to worry about basically beating the shit out of this thing a little bit. It's made extremely solid, extremely well. At all times, I know I had gloves on, but this melts into the hand, it molds into the hand. Absolute comfort while you're doing slicing and all that. It's just such a great knife. I'm really digging this knife from Jed Hornbeak. It's called the Tonto. It's definitely a one-off. I don't think there's any other like this on the world right now, unless he made more. And I think after this video, he's definitely going to be making more of these things. Let's test the initial sharpness of this thing after doing some cutting. No issues there. Definitely as sharp as you would want a knife to be after working with it all day. Wonderful. Nice. This is like some polyurethane rope. Ah, it's just effortless, guys. Effortless. And you know what? It's not as easy as it looks. I've had knives where I had to struggle with it. And this is just still has such a great, the chisel grind really is so conducive to cutting, to slicing. I mean, this went through with no strength, whatever. It just really, the knife did all the work. This is electrical cord. Try to do a push cut. Ah. Yeah, no problem. I try actually with the tanto tip. Ah, beautiful. Went right into the wood, no issues whatsoever. Didn't even have to saw it, just went right completely through with the 3 copper inlays. Just look at those slices, guys. Really, seriously. Look at this thing work, man. Not all knives of this size handle processing of wood like this. I don't know if it's something about the chisel grind itself or Jed Hornbeak's work. I think it's a combination of both. That is just, I'm really liking how this thing is working for me. And again, I guess, guys, I'm a novice at this. I'm trying my best at my ability, but if I can get through some cuts from a novice, you could imagine basically how good this thing would work. In the hand of a pro. Finally, some rubber water hose. Effortless, effortless, fantastic. Big difference from other knives I tested, and this was a short piece and just effortless. The knife does all the work. The chisel grind did all the work. And here's another one for you guys, just kind of for shits and giggles, okay? See how the sharpness is, getting it through this water bottle after I did all that rough cutting. I may not be able to go all the way through because it's a big gallon, but let me just see how it penetrates. Whew. Yeah, it definitely went right through pretty nice. Nice. It's also a good way to kind of clean off your knife after doing some cutting. Cut through a water bottle after the cutting. Woo-wee, guys. Definitely worked up a sweat. It's a hot one here in New York. It's like approaching 80 degrees in October, going on November. This Saturday, I think the airing of this video, I don't know if it's coming, another couple of days, it's going to be hit about 80. Then it's go down to 50. Well, that's New York weather, but it's definitely a hot one today. Definitely got shorts on today. I don't even know how to dress anymore. So guys, there you have it. This is the Jed made one-off Jed Hornbeak. I'll leave all the links to his stuff. I'll leave the links to part 1 so you can get a close-ups of this marvelous, beautiful, very capable, solid, amazing knife from Jed Hornbeak. This is called the Tanto. Jed, get ready because I have a feeling you're going to get some orders in because this knife works, man. This knife is pretty. This knife is beautiful. This knife works. This knife handle was extremely comfortable. The G10, the sculpting, the hot, it's just such a, it's like soft but hard at the same time. I don't know what pun you want to take with that, but it's definitely great. Okay, again, it's a Jed Hornbeak, and it absolutely performed marvelously. I'm glad I got you this part 2. Take a look at Jed Hornbeak. You definitely want to own one of his knives. This guy is going to blow up, believe me. Little insider tip, he's going to blow up, and his knives are going to get worth a lot of money as he gets more and more popular. He's that good. So take a look at him. He's got a lot of different styles, a lot of different things that might appeal to you, even if this doesn't, because it's not for everybody. But he's got a lot of traditional style knives along with his patented type of style that he likes to do. And that's why I respect about him is the fact that he does what he likes to do, but he also does a lot of his traditional blades as well, and always uses great steel, great heat tempering, and great grind. So Jed Hornbeak Tanto with the absolutely fantastic, beautiful, smelling mighty fine with the Jed Hornbeak symbol sheath. Okay, look at that stitching, look at the red linings, look at the brass, look at how it kind of locks into place here, and it's ready to go. So take a look at this, guys. I'll leave all the links in the description, and definitely check out part 1 of the Tanto from Jed Hornbeak. And don't forget our veterans, hashtag 22 a day no more, awareness for veteran suicide. Much love to you vets, and that we're only saying that you have a place here, and also respect to all of our active military. Have a good one, guys. Peace, love, and do something good for your neighbor. Do something good for one another. Much love and peace, guys. Signing out. Ciao.